What up, though? It's your boy Meech, aka the CI Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video, and this is going to be a fragrance rotation video where I break down the fragrances that I wore in a given week. In this video, we're going to talk about the fragrances that I wore the week of Sunday, September 30th. It was a week where I wore a couple of fragrances for the very first time. It was a mixture of kind of clone and designer fragrances. I wore 7 fragrances in all during the week, so that means we got 7 to discuss. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, starting the week off on Sunday, it was a cool football Sunday. I decided to throw on one of my favorite Inspired by fragrances. I have a handful of fragrances from the Dua brand, and this is arguably my favorite of the bunch. On Sunday, I wore Intense Eau Homme by the Dua brand. This is their interpretation of Dior Homme Eau, which is discontinued. This is a great fragrance, man. It's an iris-centric fragrance with a lot of citrus on the top, some spices, some woodiness. This is a very versatile wear. I enjoy wearing this, particularly this time of year, transitional season. I feel like this performs very well. That citrus on the top gives you kind of a brighter, fresher take on an iris fragrance, which makes this kind of more of a, everyday wear. You could definitely wear this every day in the cooler weather. I'm a big fan of this fragrance. It was my wear on Sunday, Intense Eau Homme by the Dua brand. All right, shifting gears to Monday and Tuesday because I wore the same fragrance both days. This is a newer fragrance to my collection. I did a scent of the day on my social media pages. I have a first impression review coming very, very soon on this fragrance. On Monday and Tuesday, I wore Legend Blue by Mont Blanc, and this is a good fragrance, man. This is one of the better designer releases in 2024. With the Mont Blanc Legend fragrances, you kind of get that Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce DNA. You certainly get that with this fragrance, but this has kind of a minty green accord to this fragrance. It kind of gives you a little bit of a twist on that scent DNA. I'm a big fan of this fragrance. My critique in my early wearings has been longevity. I could be going nose blind to this because I tend to go nose blind to Mont Blanc Legend EDP, which I own as well. I also have Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. I tend to go nose blind to the EDP. I could be experiencing some of that with this because after like 3 or 4 hours, I pretty much lose this fragrance. But it's a nice smelling fragrance. Again, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce DNA with some minty green type of vibes. On Monday and Tuesday, I wore Mont Blanc Legend Blue. All right, on Wednesday, I actually wore 2 fragrances during the day. I wore another fragrance for the very first time. This is an interpretation of BDK Parfums Gris Charnel. It is by Fragrance World, and it is called Francique 63.55 or 63.55. Not sure what the correct pronunciation there is, but this is a really nice fragrance. I have a first impressions review on this on my page, kind of a quick first impressions review, and I gave this an 8.5 out of 10 based on scent DNA. As far as the wearings of this fragrance, this is not a strong projector. This is kind of more of a soft, closer, intimate style of fragrance. But I can tell you the iris, the fig, the cardamom black tea combination makes this a banger. I'm a big fan of all of those notes. So putting them in one fragrance makes this a great fragrance for me. I don't know about for you, but for me, I really, really like this. I'm not sure how close it comes to the OG. Full disclosure, I've never smelled the OG, but as a standalone, this smells really, really nice. It's just this warm iris, somewhat powdery, floral type of fragrance. It's really, really nice. I'm a big fan of this one during the day. Wednesday, wore Francique 63.55. All right, during the evening on Wednesday, I wore another offering from Fragrance World. I was really trying to just get myself re-familiar with this fragrance, so I just decided to throw it on. Really more of a fragrance for more colder days, but I did decide to throw it on Wednesday evening. I went with Enigma Une by Fragrance World, and this is Fragrance World's interpretation of Dior Sauvage Elixir, and this comes very, very close to the OG. I have smelled the OG. I've had a carded sample of Dior Sauvage Elixir. And this fragrance, particularly at dry down, gets you in about the 90th percentile as far as how close it comes to Dior Sauvage Elixir. A little bit fresher at the top than maybe the OG, but you get that black pepper licorice accord that Dior Sauvage Elixir is known for. I hate the atomizer on this fragrance. That is kind of just a sidebar. I'm not a fan of the atomizer here. You kind of have to spray it double for it to kind of count as one spray, but the scent profile is nice. This DNA gets you compliments. This fragrance lasts a good amount of time as well. So from that perspective, it's a solid fragrance. Wednesday evening, I went with Enigma Un by Fragrance World. All right, on Thursday, we started to warm back up a bit, got close to 80 degrees. It was kind of upper 70s. And I also went out that evening. I went to see the new Beetlejuice movie, which was not very good, but I had a good time. It was a good day, had a nice meal. The movie was just so-so, but I wore a fragrance that has been a hit for me since I've owned it. I actually ranked it as the best fragrance I wore in September, and I carried it over to early October. This is Glorious Oud Royal Blanc by French Avenue, which is essentially a part of Fragrance World. This is a Musk Therapy by Initio Interpretation, and an outstanding fragrance. This arguably could be the best cologne pickup I've made in 2024. It comes so close to Musk Therapy. Of course, the musk, the florals, the mandarin vibe in this fragrance. This is a fantastic scent. Longevity on it is really good. 8 hours plus, especially if you're spraying this on clothes. This is just a solid fragrance. I'm a big fan of this one. It was my wear on Thursday. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc by French Avenue. All right, on Friday, I threw on yet another first time wear. I got this fragrance, a tester of this fragrance, for around $65 or $70 on Joma Shop, which I felt was a great deal, especially considering that this is a 120 ml bottle. The tester presentation came with the tester box, but I still got that cap. That cap is magnetic. This is a Mancera fragrance, and it is Intense Cedrat Boisé. And this is, man, oh man, I really like this fragrance. I like this much more than the OG, and I like the OG. I have a sample, 10 ml sample of the original Cedrat Boisé, but the Intense version of it gives you some spice and some leathery nuances that the OG didn't give you. I was outdoors on Friday. I attended a homecoming football game, so I had an opportunity to wear this and really experience how this performs outdoors. And it wasn't particularly warm. It wasn't super cold either. It was just kind of a mild day, but this worked fantastic. I got a couple of compliments wearing this fragrance, so it checks the box in that department as well. This is a nice fragrance. I can't wait to spend a little bit more time with it. I think I have a first impressions review coming on this fragrance as well, but on Friday, I really enjoyed Intense Cedrat Boisé. All right, and wrapping the week up on Saturday, I wore a fragrance that I think really shines bright in the transitional seasons. This is a fragrance that you could wear every day, kind of any season, any reason type of fragrance. It kind of is in that category of like Dior Homme 2020 Bleu de Chanel Parfum for me. To wrap the week up on Saturday, I went with Armani Code Parfum, and this is by far my favorite flanker of the Armani Code fragrances. You get that iris, you get these aromatics, you get that woody vibe, you get that magnetic cap. That always scores high for me, but this is an excellent smelling fragrance. Another fragrance that gets you compliments. I got compliments when I threw this on Saturday. This one lasts probably around 6 hours or so. I was able to clock in the longevity department when wearing this on Saturday. This is a good one, very versatile, signature scent worthy type of stuff. In my wear on Saturday, Armani Code Parfum. Well, there you have it, guys. My fragrance rotation for the week of Sunday, September 30th. 7 bangers on the cologne side, on the designer side. And I guess I forgot, Mancera is a niche house, so I wore a niche fragrance this week as well. So really liked the rotation this week. I felt it was pretty solid, so I thought I would share it with you guys in a video. What fragrances did you wear this week? Feel free to throw those in the comment section. I'd love to hear about them. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That would be greatly appreciated. Once again, it's your boy Meech, aka the CI Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.